Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, welcome to be my guest. Today we have Gary Blanchard back with us. A lot of you know Gary. He's been on many times. He is the songwriter for the intro to our show when you hear it, Run River Run, and then the lead off at the end of our show. And Gary, welcome back. Gary has a whole new addition to his profession. He has now got his own television show in where, Massachusetts?
In where?
Called Creative Connections. It's an arts and creativity-based show. And we've got a flash drive, and we're going to show as much as we can for you. You'll be able to see some of that. Gary, this is fantastic. Welcome back.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. When did you start the show?
I started the show. I started one on Warren TV,
Yeah.
and did a couple episodes for them. But it was kind of difficult because we were working on location.
Yeah.
But the Where TV station has this really amazing high-tech studio.
There you go.
Absolutely mind-blowing. And they really liked the idea of doing a show focused on the arts because that was something they did not have.
Yeah.
And it was kind of natural for me because I've been involved in the arts for a long time. And
Did you just kind of like walk over and knock on the door and say, hey?
I emailed and said, here's what I have in mind.
Yeah.
At first I had a more general interest show in mind, but they already had something similar. So I thought, okay, what niche can I find?
Yeah.
And there are so many creative people in the area.
Yeah.
And it's hard sometimes for people to know about them. So I thought, this is great. My first guest was Gary Lippincott, who is a nationally known illustrator for fantasy books and happens to be local to the area. And also happens to look an awful lot like me with long hair. His is a little more whiter than mine and wireframe glasses.
Yeah.
And I found out that he has been mistaken for me a time or two.
You got a twin.
Yeah. So that was interesting. And, we were both named Gary.
Yeah.
So that was...
Are you the same age or is he older?
He's a little bit younger. We're close to
same
the same
generation,
age.
though,
Same
right?
generation.
Yeah.
So that was a fun interview.
Yeah. Are they an hour or half hour?
Half-hour shows.
Yeah, that's good. I started out with an hour live. And that was Baptism Under Fire. We're talking about 1993. My son was just a baby. And my co-host was a gentleman, probably old enough to be my dad. Wonderful person. We were very different. He was an introvert. I'm an extrovert. The show ran for a couple of years. We did pretty well. But Under Fire, I mean, there was no being able to stop and picking it up again. That was it. An hour.
Yeah.
And the hot lights back then. We don't do that here.
No.
We were like dying by the end of the time. So you like your studio and where?
Yes, it's a really nice studio.
Yeah.
Like you guys here, they kind of do all of the camera work and mixing and blending on the fly.
Yeah.
And it really works out well. A half hour is a good amount of time.
It is.
I think a lot of times at the end of the half hour, I'm thinking there were still questions I would have liked to ask.
Yeah.
But I think it's so much better than being 3/4 of the way through and saying, now what do I ask?
And you can always have them back again.
Exactly.
Sometimes, I mean, we'll find with guests, I'll find like, geez, we could have talked for 2 or 3 hours. We make sure they come back, or be it another 3 months, 6 months, whatever, and get them back again so that they don't feel that they missed out and we don't feel that we missed out.
Exactly.
So there's always that choice. You can always come back.
Yeah.
So now, you have done it for how many months now?
Well, I started with the Where station in September.
Okay, wow. All right. So,
Yeah. So we've got 6 shows so far that we have completed.
Yeah.
And I've got another 3 that I'm filming in another couple weeks.
Could people out here or watching online, can they see it? Would they be able to tune in?
You can go to Ware Community Television.
Okay.
And they have video on demand. And also, I am putting them up on YouTube.
Good.
I'm putting them up under Creative Connections.
Yeah.
And I've got 4 of the shows up on YouTube right now.
It's exciting.
It really is.
You're reaching everybody all over the world.
Well, and the other thing I like is that the person can then use that video, and if they want to use it on their website, as part of their promotion, that's wonderful.
Gives them free access. Yeah.
And it gives them a chance to talk about themselves, but it's different than just putting up a video talking about yourself.
Yeah.
Because that interview format opens up things that they can talk about that would be awkward to talk about just unprompted.
Were you nervous your first shot at it?
A little nervous, but I guess I had enough experience in front of the cameras here.
That's true.
And
you've been on stage how many times? Performing with your guitar. He's gonna play for us. You've got some new songs.
I've got some new songs. It's funny. In the last 2 years, I put out 4 CDs of new original music. So that's like about 46, 48 songs written within a 2-year period.
That's a lot.
It's slowing down now, and I'm okay with that.
You're okay.
I'm okay with that because I think I'm happy that I had that spurt. And there are songs that I probably will never perform live that were on those CDs because they were okay songs, but they're not ones that
I've got to stagger your CDs.
But now, as I say, it's slowed down, but that's okay. I'm still writing, and
you have a regular job during the week too.
Well, I'm semi-retired at this point.
You already went semi?
I closed my private practice.
You closed it?
And actually a couple of weeks before it closed, I got a call from an agency wanting me to come to work for them part-time.
And it worked out?
Well, they wanted me to work full-time.
Yeah.
But I told them I would go part-time. So I closed my office on June 30th, and on July 3rd had orientation for this part-time job.
Happy birthday on July 31st. You had a birthday gift.
Yeah. And then, I still am teaching part-time.
Yeah. Where do you have time to write your music?
Well, it's funny because I wrote a lot of my music in my office in between sessions and during no shows. Mm. So I had a lot of time to sit and fool with the guitar. I kept a guitar in the office, and I would come up with these song ideas. And now I actually have less time for that.
If you would like to be a guest, somebody would like to guest on Gary's show, it's filmed in Ware. It's called Creative Connections. How would they reach you?
You could go to Gary Blanchard at hughes.net is my email. And you can send me an email, and I would love to have you on if you're doing some kind of artistic thing. We've had everything from visual artists to a clown, to a theater director, a couple of singer-songwriters, because I know a lot of those types of people.
I can send you folks too,
That would be wonderful.
I see what's coming up here. A Mutual Admiration Society. We'll send each other. I love this. This is good. Seriously, if you are an artist, if you play a machine, like an instrument, if you are artistic like Gary's wife, Carol Mays, if you're crafting, if you're artsy, Gary'd love to meet you. So if you can get your way down to Ware, how far away is it from you?
It's about an hour from
not
here.
Not bad. That's not
not bad at all. And it's a wonderful place to film.
Yeah.
And their setup, actually, the producer is in a back room,
Yeah.
and the cameras are all remotely controlled.
Yeah.
So if your camera's shy, you're really looking at a black curtain
Yeah. Yeah.
in front of you,
Yeah.
and there's no people in the studio other than you and I.
It's not live.
And it's not live.
That tends to freak people out. Live.
Yeah, and I think that makes people more comfortable
I
as
think
well.
so too. And with your personality, he's got a very relaxing personality. No worries. Probably could spend hours talking with Gary alone, even before the show comes on. So again, are you open to filming it at just about any time, or is it you have a schedule?
Generally, we are filming on Thursday evenings.
Okay. All right. About what time?
Usually between 6 and 8:30.
And it's a half an hour, so you certainly can do that. Now, Gary, play for us.
All right. This is a song, it's funny because I wrote this song, it's called I Heard the Mermaid Singing.
Ooh.
And it occurred to me afterwards that, the mermaids are supposed to sing and lure people to their doom. And that's not what this song is about. To me,
Okay.
the mermaid song is bringing you to a place of beauty. So. I heard the mermaids singing, listen to their siren song. Over the seas their voices ringing, calling me to come along. There's magic in the music as it dances in my soul. I feel my heart is ringing and my spirit is made whole. I heard the mermaids singing from their home along the shore, telling of the life they're living, showing me that there is more. So I wonder at their beauty, I can feel my spirit soar. Feel a peace and pleasure that is magic to explore. I heard the mermaids singing, listen to their siren song. Over the seas their voices ringing, calling me to come along.
Oh, when did you write that, Gary?
I wrote that a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I was going through some stuff at our studio, and one of the things that I had was a mermaid, a little mermaid kind of hanging type thing.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I started thinking, I heard the mermaid singing, and it just kind of...
And that was it?
Yeah.
Now, on your show, do you do the intro?
No.
What did you do? What did you get for your intro?
It's interesting because they use the same intro for every show.
What? You got to change that.
Well,
Yeah.
it will probably change.
Yeah, it sure should. Yeah.
But it's kind of some kind of canned standard
Okay, I got it.
rock type thing with scenes of wear.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, it'll say creative connections. And then for going out, they have very similar collage of scenes of wear and the same music. And, then they'll get the credits.
You think they'll be open to your doing it?
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, you could have you in the beginning and have their scenes at the end.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it all out.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Actually, I have some instrumental music that I did back in the late '80s, early '90s that I think would be perfect for something like that.
You haven't run it by them yet, though, right?
No, I haven't run it by them yet.
Get ready.
But,
that'll be good. I can't see why they'd say no.
No, but
every show has its own flavor.
They have their way of doing things, and I don't want to make too many waves.
No.
So
you can always. Do you play during your show at all?
No, in fact, I don't even. Once in a while, like if I'm interviewing a singer-songwriter, and we talk about a particular thing, I might say, I found in my writing that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know that anyone who's not familiar with me would know that I'm a singer-songwriter from watching
get them to know
the show. Well,
be on the other show. Have them interview you.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Well, they should do your Man of Many Talents here.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you haven't got a new CD coming out yet. Do you think there's going to be one coming out in the near future?
There will be one coming out eventually.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of really happy with taking my time with the next one.
Yeah.
I think the last 4, there's 3 I'm really proud of.
Yeah.
One, in retrospect, I think, I rushed that one. But, and I'm not going to tell you which is which, by the way.
No. I've got them all, so it's like, I couldn't know. They're all good.
Yeah. But, I'm very happy now with kind of taking my time. And
how many do you have in all, Gary?
Oh, gee.
10, 15?
No, I don't think it's quite that many. Probably about 8.
Okay, that's a good number. In how many years those went out?
Well, all of them have been done, I would say, within the last 3 or 4 years. Because it was 3 or 4 years ago I started working with a producer out of outside of Detroit.
Well, you were on this show. We started this in 2012. So that's 6 years ago. You were one of our first guests. So, you started doing them not long after that, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I know one of your first ones, I told this a million times, but I was listening to it when I had surgery. You know, it was just so calming. It was wonderful. And we've kept... I think that your music is the calming aspect, and it's lilting. There's a lilt to it. What it says is wonderful, but it's mixed with that lilt that's positive. You're getting it across. I got it. I got it the first shot out of the gate. And I think if I got it, a lot of people have probably got it too.
Right.
Are you appearing anywhere down here?
No, I don't think I have anything lined up other than in early December I'm performing in Lowell.
Oh, Lowell, that's going to be a bit of a trek.
It's a little bit of a trek, but it's a really wonderful place called the Hearing Room.
Where's in Lowell?
Yeah, and it's a couple who decided they wanted some kind of artistic place there, and they invested a year of their savings in putting this place together.
Wow.
And it's now operating as a co-op.
Artists and guitarists and everything?
Artists and, musicians. And what I love about it is that they have set a place where people actually come to listen to music.
Can they have coffee too?
I believe they do have coffee and other refreshments, but it's primarily for listening.
Yeah.
And that's so wonderful because I was at an open mic a few weeks ago, And the people at the bar were so loud, talking to one another.
Yeah.
I had a microphone and I could hardly hear myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, that just is not.
It's like being in a restaurant and everybody and the music is so loud you can't even hear who you're eating with.
Yeah.
Really? Is it just because we're not 5 years old anymore, or what is it? Because, you're like, turn the music down.
Right. Yeah.
How did they hear about you?
Well, I heard about them, and I contacted them, and this will be my third time going out there. It is a little bit of a haul, but it's just such a wonderful atmosphere, and the people that run it are just really nice, sweet people.
And you're going to be there when?
I think it's December 3rd or December 4th, something like that.
What time?
It's an afternoon show on a Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
So I think
and it's called, what is it again?
It's called The Hearing Room.
Oh, God. Hearing, okay. I haven't heard of it. But that's going to be different, coming all the way up from where? Up to Lowell?
Yeah. I've done some gigs in some pretty far places.
Yeah.
Did one in Du Bois, Pennsylvania, where my son was living at the time.
How long ago was that?
That was 3 or 4 years ago, I think.
3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Where's your son now?
He's in back in Baltimore now. But it was really it was a lot of fun, and my son is a big Cure fan. He loves the group The Cure. So I shocked him by singing "It's Friday, I'm in Love."
Oh, God, what did he think?
It's funny because there was a film of it, and you can hear him in the background singing along. Which
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I wish you're going to have him on your show. Wouldn't that be cool, father and son?
Yeah. It would be nice, and he's actually a bass player, but other than we both like The Cure and the Grateful Dead. Other than that, musically we're miles apart.
He's not into hip hop, is he?
No, he's into a lot of metal and.
My son's 26, so he's into the millennial stuff, But,
yeah.
So your son would probably be Gen Xer, and he's more into that other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like Kiss. Well, I was into Kiss. I mean, actually, I didn't get into Kiss until they were long. I remember Kiss. Ace Frehley.
Okay.
Loved his playing. Ace Frehley left, and then Peter Criss, the drummer. That was in the 70s.
Yeah.
I remember that. Play us something else.
All right. And for some reason, it seems like my
swelled the wrong
foot
way.
pedal is not quite working. All right. So we will do this, and I'll just have to try to remember the rest of the words beyond the first couple verses.
You said you interviewed a clown. Now this isn't. Look at this.
Yeah. I not only interviewed a clown, but I interviewed Jim Allard, who founded the Clowning for Kids Foundation.
Oh, yeah.
And Carol has been doing some work with them as a clown.
Yeah.
And going on parades. And she was talking about kind of the downside sometimes of it. Because they march in all kinds of weather. So I started thinking, boy, it's not easy being a clown.
No, it's like Kermit's not easy being green.
Right. So I ended up writing this song called The Clown's Lament. It isn't easy being a clown, trying to be up when your energy's down. A painted smile is masking a frown, but the show must go on. It isn't easy being a fool. Everybody laughs when you're trying to be cool. They think it's funny, don't see that it's cruel. But the show must go on. Is it really any wonder that the clown is so sad? Is it really any wonder when you look at the life that they had? It isn't easy being a clown. Where do you go when the lights are turned down? When the crowd is no longer around? But the show must go on.
Oh, I bet Carol loves that too. You know, I could just wish you could play, maybe you could play on your Where television station so the people can see how well-rounded you are, that not only are you a television host now, but also you are a musician. Not only do you play, you write. Mm-hmm. How long did it take you to write The Clown?
Oh, I would say I probably enslaved about 20 minutes on that.
Are you serious? Just that quickly?
I'm serious. It just... A lot of times, for me, it's like just suddenly it's there.
And it's just like that?
Yeah.
All right, we've got a couple minutes more. How can they reach you, Gary?
You can reach me at Gary Blanchard at hughes.net, HUGHES.net. And you can find my website at garyblanchard.info.
Now, if you'd like to be on his show, Creative Expressions, right?
Right.
Same thing. You can reach him over there. About an hour drive. If you're an artist, you're creative in any way, Gary, I'd love to have you on the show. And you will be seen locally.
Absolutely. You'll be seen locally. You'll be up on YouTube, and I can also provide you with a CD or video file of your interview.
How's that? Creative Expressions, and he brought a flash drive with him, so we're going to be able to see a few of his excerpts from his shows. So that'll be kind of fun too, because I don't think I've seen them. Did you give me the link and I checked it out?
I think so.
Because I saw the pictures of Where. I remember that.
Okay.
And then you looked like you were sitting. Were you on location?
No, we were in the studio. They have a news desk like they have in the studios. It's got the lights. It's got the monitor on the front.
But you look like you were on location somewhere. This was in the very beginning?
Well, the very beginning we did some that were on location.
That's what I think I saw.
Yeah.
And that's tough.
And that was tough. The sound was really not too good.
Yeah.
And in fact, I interviewed Jim from Clowning for Kids for that.
Yeah.
But you couldn't hear the interview hardly at all.
Yeah,
it was just painful to watch.
Yeah, when you sent it to me, I thought I really can't hear him too well. But now you will be able to hear you.
Oh, now the sound is absolutely wonderful.
Now, do people wear the microphones in your place, or do they have them on the table?
No, we have the microphones.
I started out with that. I remember they had to figure out how to snake it up through my shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll remember that. And then I'd step on it.
When Carol was on my show, I had to help her with the microphone, and I also had to promise her I wouldn't help any other female guests with the with the microphone.
I used to drive them nuts in Northbridge. I would get up and completely forget it was on and walk away with it and snap. No, they didn't appreciate it.
Well, these are wireless, which is nice.
These weren't. They were attached.
Yeah, but they do still have the wire going from the power pack up.
Yep. You wonder when you're looking at the news shows, the girls. Well, we've got the new kind now that's on the thing, but I wonder if they're having to snake them up too, or what they're doing.
Well, I think too in a lot of the professional studios, they use the overhead boom mics.
Okay, yeah.
So they don't need to have.
They don't need it.
Yeah.
I always wonder about that. Gary, this is great. We're going to, of course, have him back on again. But this is good. Watch his television show for sure. I'm rooting for you. I'll send guests his way too. That'll be cool. I think that with all the artists and crafters that I have, I think and get up to Tatnall for heaven's sake.
Okay.
8 minutes up the road. All right. We'll see you next time. I'll be my guest.
All right.